Hello, and welcome back to Tyranny. This is Vexx. If you remember in our last video, we met the feisty Scarlet Fury or not Vexx, I'm Vexx, the Scarlet Fury verse. You may recall that we're not quite in the same place. We're actually not far from where we started in this. I just totally forgot about an area that we could go and get some items. We will climb down here and go over to this altar. This memorial has been left to weather the elements for many months and has fallen into disrepair. Resting at the top of the memorial is a small weather-beaten enclosure with a rusted torque inside. We can take the torque. We recognize it as a relic of Tearsman folklore.
You learn something every day.
Oh, look at that. We just leveled up. Perfect. And
I'll be your shadow.
That's not what I want. We got an item crate here which is unlocked, which we can lockpick. Alright, so let's go back to the area that we once were, and we can climb back up just fine. I believe if we jump down there, we actually get damaged. So we'll run back to the area we were. In this video, if you recall my mentioning last video, we're going to go over what it means to craft some spells. Because we did get an item for that. I'll just wait till we're back at the area that we ended the last video at before I start going over that. Maybe I can now, since we did level up, we can go over that as well real quick. Alright, we're back here. Now, as I also mentioned, we got this item last video, the Lesser Sigil of Reaching Grasp. It's called an accent. Now, where'd it go? There it is. As you see here, it says it needs 35 lore to read. Well, we have over 35 lore, so we can learn it. Alright, as you see, we learn a new accent, which is for spells. Which one is spells? I believe this is it. Yeah, spell creation. As I said, you can create and augment many spells in this game. We go over here. Notice how we have 4 spell slots and verse has 2. And you notice how it also shows the lore of both of us. Spells are created using the bare minimum 2 aspects. You got the core over here. Now we only have the 2 cores currently. We have lightning and fire, which is the basic of any spell. And after that you have expressions. We only have one expression, which is the Sigil of Focus Intent. Essentially, it is very close ranged. Now, as you see here, there is no lore cost depending on the sigils. I am not 100% sure at this moment whether that is just because these are very basic sigils or what. Or core. Expression, however, if you notice when I hover over the Sigil of Focus Intent, it says plus 15, which means it adds 15 to the base lore of any sigil that we have. So which means you need a lore of at least 15 to cast it. So if we go, say, fire and expression of intent, of focused intent, sorry, you see it says 15 lore right here. We'll just reset for now. We'll select our fire spell, the Searing Palm, and the way we can edit, besides just changing the expressions, is we get these accents. This accent here, oh, the one we learned affects the range. So we can do extra range. So you look here, spells of the basic focus intent only has a range of 2 meters. So it's pretty much melee range only. Whereas we add this focus, this reach and grasp plus 1, it doubles the range. But it also adds the lore plus 10 lore. So in order to cast this spell now, you need at least 25 lore. As such, every character in this game, whether it is one in our party or an enemy, will have 100% unique spells to them, as we don't know what accents they have, expressions. We'll know the core by the type of magic they use, and their lore. All that will depend on their spells. We can't really make any new spells now, and I don't want to make any of these for Verse because I want to keep her ranged. And all the spells we can make right now are melee. Now, leveling up. If you look right here, it's got the 2 over there, which is our level now, 2, and this little orange bar that circles around it. That is the points towards the progress towards the next level. If we select Verse over here, she already came at level 2, which explains why her health was slightly higher, and she's about halfway to level 3. Now, that level that we gained gave us 10 more health points, which is pretty awesome. Now, the first thing, every level up, we get 1 attribute point, which we can put into any of our stats here. You notice as I hover over each stat, below our skills will go up if we raise certain stats. For instance, might here will raise 2-handed weapons, bows, one-handed, and athletics. This will raise the quickness, will raise our control, lightning, dodge, dual wielding, and unarmed, and so on and so on. I think we will raise our this raises both magic skills, so let's raise our wits a little bit, and to make it go in effect, you click save. We're about to save the changes, yes or no, of course. We want yes, but that's not all we get when we level up. If you go over here, talents, we have 1 talent point. And just like us, our allies have talents as well. Now you need to put certain points into certain trees to get higher up. For instance, we can't go and select in power, which is where our cleave is. We can't go and select unarmed mastery 2, besides the fact we don't have unarmed mastery 1. But it requires, as you see down at the bottom, it requires 6 points in talent in the power tree. And we only have the 1. This, which is kind of interesting and nice way to do it. If you notice, this focus strike will add armor penetration to our thrust ability. So thrust is pretty versatile. Now let's see. Now defense is mostly for shields. We don't have shields, so it doesn't do much. But this one, staggering force, will add an interrupt delay to thrust. It's pretty neat. Now, some of even the basics, as you can see in leadership, requires a minimum level, in this case 3. This will add, Brandular will add more quick slot items to us and our party. Leadership largely affects the entire party. Now, I like to start off by going magic because, as I've said, probably throughout the first two videos, I like magic. Magical Prodigy will give us a bonus to lore, which, as I mentioned during the little bit about upgrading spells and, well, creating spells, lore is important in that. This Arcane Charge adds a Spell Breached Affliction to Thrust. Looks like Thrust is a very versatile skill, which kind of goes everywhere. Okay, for this second row, we only need 1 into Magic Tree. Well, we only have 1 point, so I'm going to put it into Magical Prodigy, which raises our lore skill, which is awesome. Again, save yes or no. Now, our allies, they don't have as extensive a tree as we do. They only have 2. In Vexx's case, there's Duelist, which is her dual wielding tree, and Skirmisher, her range tree. I'll go over her a little bit more when she levels up. We never did loot this guy. So let's see what he has. Oh, look at that. He has another sigil for spellmaking. In fact, this is actually an expression. Distant Impact, that sounds like it's going to be a range skill. Well, it only takes 30 to learn, so let's learn it. I won't always do... Oh, we accidentally removed our fire spell. Well, let's go and create it. As you see, we now have this expression of Distant Impact, which means we need a minimum of 30. However, you notice it's no longer Searing Bolt. It's Fireball, which has a range of 8. Well, that's pretty good. It's much better than the... Oh, okay. I'm thinking we will give that to Verse, as she is a good... She wants to be ranged, and the Scarlet Chorus likes their fire magic. We'll create recreate the Searing Palm for us. Now, let's see. We go over here. Oh, that's no change, and the Fireball spell comes right up on Vexx's inventory. Perfect. So we can talk with the people here. This is Aurora, I believe. Let's see if she has anything new to say. Fatebinder, Aurora salutes you. We are honored by your presence. Need something? Well, we can ask her all sorts of things. What's the situation here in Vedrian's Well? The Oathbreakers hold a citadel in the heart of the valley, the one built around the base of the spire. Aurora points towards the east in the tower in the distance. The Martani River has been our largest headache during the siege. It's unsafe for armored troops to ford, save for at key locations. The enemy knows this well. I know we'd be a lot further along if the Scarlet Chorus used its alleged strength in numbers to ford the river themselves and overwhelm the enemy. Aurora looks at Verse with a disapproving air. As it is, we take the valley slowly and advance the disfavored bulwark, since that's where the real work gets done. Oh, Verse has something to say about that. Because all it takes is numbers to cross river under a hail of arrows. If the disfavored were quicker to act, maybe the Vedrian Guard wouldn't be so trained up to face us. We could use our lore to say if either of you was correct, the campaign would be over and I wouldn't be here. gain favor with the disfavored, loyalty with verse, and lore experience. Aurora says, fair point. The Legion is eager to gain some perspective on our quarrels. Consequently, I retract my previous remark. Verse says, really? Because I don't. Next time you say something, try to mean it. Oh, she really is feisty, isn't she? How long have you been with the disfavored, Aurora? 7 years. She pauses to count on fingers. 2 seasons, mayhap a couple of days. I trained at Fort Resolution a bit before the conquest. Compared to the commanders you find around camp or stationed at Ironhearth, that makes me one of the young bloods. This has been a long and grueling campaign, but the end is in sight. We'll soon have the Oathbreakers back under control. Then we can rest, retrain, and even cycle out our troops so we can see our families again. What can you tell me about the Veteran Guard? They are the last grasp of the Younger Realms. Among the warriors that escaped the bastard siege, a few refugees from other victories, and a bunch of Vedrian locals with delusions of independence. The southern wastrels cannot match our iron, nor the chorus members. What on Taratus gave them the nerve to rise up and ask for a second helping of battle is anyone's guess. Seen anything interesting during the war? I once saw a forge-bound artisan set himself on fire. Occupational hazard. That was an unpleasant day. First of many, to be honest. I heard about the edict you proclaimed at the burning library, but thankfully I wasn't there. One fire was enough for me. Carry on. She taps her gauntlet to her breastplate and salute. Have a pleasant siege, Fatebinder. Alright, she's not exactly all that helpful, but oh well. What's this going on here? Looks like a man's all tied up. Here's Mocking Blaze again. Let's see what they have to say. It's Drastus as well. The prisoner says his name is Tacos Demos. Drastus lets out a long sigh, tapping his gauntlet finger to his temple. Then I don't think this is a complicated matter. He dies. His family's been a driving force in the Veteran Guard. Killing him should demoralize whatever's left of the Trachis clan. Alright. All must be given the chance to find absolution in the service to the Scarlet Chorus. The mage points a figure at the disfavored officer. And you know full well this has always been our way. He has a chance to be slave or soldier. Only then do we feed him to the pigs. Oh, lovely. Then we'd let you take prisoners, but you can't control them. You send these conscripts out on patrol and they never return, defecting all over again. I can't let this nonsense strategy continue. Well, I insist this Oathbreaker be taken to the voices of Narats, leaving us at an impasse. Fortunately, we have a Fatebinder here to settle this matter for us. The chanter turns to you, an expectant smile creeping across her face. So, what do you say? What should become of this prisoner? Alright, now we can either execute the Oathbreaker, one chance to surrender is enough, or the chorus should be allowed their chance to recruit new warriors. Now these guys have literally just broken a truce. So I'd say they've had their chance. We gain wrath with the Scarlet Chorus, but favor with this disfavored. The Tearsmen can't be trusted. Rakes, thieves, and whores. Nothing more. We were far too merciful the first time. Dassus nods to the noble warrior. Have this one tied up. He and his friends can watch each other rot in the sun. Ooh, that's not good. I was hoping for a quick death. I won't keep you any longer, Fatebinder. I know you have important business in the valley. Drastus salutes you, the iron gauntlet wrapping against his breastplate, for the glory of Kairos. And they split up. Now this guy up here, it looks like it's Scarlet Chorus. Let's see what he has to say. Fatebinder, what an honor to have one of Tunon's court visit our humble holdfast. Need supplies? Bursting with energy, the merchant slams her palm on the top of the crate. If so, you've come to the right place. So, what'll it be today? She spreads out a welcoming arm over her wares. I trust you have proper stewardship over the goods you are peddling. Well, you see, Fatebinder, the merchant cranes her head to the side, scratching her neck. I think so. I've been handed a bunch of these bits of scripts. She reaches across a stack of provisions to snatch a scroll case. But I'm not a woman of letters. Numbers are my strength, as you can well imagine. Let's see those. Certainly, good Fatebinder. She hands you the scroll case while wearing a quizzical expression. A cursory read indicates the merchant is granted the limited right to trade in a logistical capacity. When not supporting an active battle, she is right to trade grain, copper, and olives in the tiers. Oh no. Well, looks like we have a slight problem here. A problem? But how can that be? I paid a span's profit for the stewardship. What sort of problem is there? Well, we have to be an arbiter of justice. So you have the right to trade as part of active war efforts. Currently, it would seem our armies are unable or unwilling to fight. See the problem? Oh, I see the problem. Her eyes narrow and her hand slides between the strings of copper along her waist. Let's skip some steps in this dance, shall we? She holds up a hand with a string of copper rings dangling from her fingers. A donation to the court. Call it a proper fine. Call it a tribute to our protection. Or you can call off your game if you say yes. Alright, let's see. Let's just take the money because we're also a little greedy. Oh, we gained some more wrath from the Scarlet Chorus. That's the most honest extortion I've suffered all year. She drags the string of copper rings in your hands, clenching her fist at the moment she lets go. Now, if you don't mind, we're through. Safe journey. Oh, look at that. We are 6% favor to tier 1 for favor and 21% towards wrath. Wait, oh, nope, we can't trade with her. Oh well.
On it.
Oh, look at this. We have some goods. Oh, let's see what this... Oh, nothing new? What about over here? Oh, it looks... If you look at our bottom left-hand corner of the screen, it looks like on the portrait of Verse, it looks like she wants to talk. Let's speak with her. Couldn't help but notice you were eyeballing the disfavored symbols littered about camp. It's hardly a symbol, just a scrawl. That's true. It used to be the pride of Graven Ash's Legion before Kairos made them deface it. What happened? Word has it that Ash has been under more scrutiny than the other Archons, seeing as he took a stand against Kairos in the past. Even though he bent the knee at the end, that doesn't place him above suspicion. Kairos and the other Archons keep him on a tight leash. Alright, before he bent the knee to Kairos, Graven Ash rallied his legions against the Overlord. His prowess on the battlefield ingratiated him to the Archons, who welcomed him into their ranks in exchange for his obedience. Oh, so Graven Ash, despite being the supposed most loyal of Kairos' generals, used to fight against him. Oh, we're getting close to tier 1 loyalty for Verse. Cool. Ash's troops impressed the growing empire, but Kairos made them sacrifice everything they were up to the point Ash surrendered. They've been disfavored ever since, and fighting to earn back their home. I guess that's why you don't cross the Overlord. Kairos holds a grudge with a mean jealous streak. Actually, I had other questions. Go on.
What do you need?
Oh, there you go. We can get right to the point. Are you a spy for the Voices of Narat? First regards you with an unreadable expression. Her mismatched eyes look at each of yours in turn. Oh, we don't have enough reputation with her to get an answer. I mean, does it even matter? You have to decide for yourself whether or not I'm worth trusting. Is keeping me along worth the risk that I'll spill the occasional word about what you ate for breakfast? The Voices of Narat is the Archon of Secrets. The Archon of Honesty, not the Archon of Honesty or Fair Dealings. If you don't assume that everyone already reports to him, you're not being careful enough. Alright, before we go into talking with Verse, I believe at this point we will end the video. It's a little shorter than others, but we may end up another long one like the first one in Tyranny series. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys have a great day.